Many people get frustrated in life because they try to control things that they have no control over. You get frustrated and stressed out because what other people do. But you have no control over that, just as they don't have any control over what you do. You want them to do something, they don't do it, you get stressed out and frustrated. But it doesn't make sense. So many people like that serenity prayer. It's a nice mantra, but what good is it unless you put it in action? To actually accept the things that you cannot change and let it be. Because really all you can do in this life is control yourself. And even that is not an easy thing to do. So surely you cannot control anyone else. Now, governments and police officers try to do it by force. They threaten you, they confiscate your things, they put a freeze on your passport, on your bank account, seize your assets to get you to comply and obey. They arrest you. But true obedience is from the inside, not from the outside. You obey because you want to. If it's forced obedience, it's not true obedience. You only do it because you have to, which means that as soon as you can get away with it, you won't. And I have family members that try to manipulate other family members, and it doesn't work. And they get so frustrated. And it doesn't make any sense at all. But they are miserable because they are constantly trying to control other people. And you just have to let it go. See, in my faith, I believe that God is ultimately in absolute control over everything, and nobody can do anything about it. So I know that whatever is because He chose it to be that way. And that gives me relief. Now, I'm growing in that relief. I'm not at the acme of it, as Yeshua, who was sleeping on the boat in the middle of the storm when the disciples were freaking out that they were about to drown, and He said, "You of little faith." You're stressing out about the things of this world if you're a man of God, child of God. But you should know that everything is planned by God, ultimately for your good, as we know. The scripture testify, all things work together for the good of those who love God and are called according to His purpose. You have to love Him, to be called by Him, and to do it according to His purpose, not your own. Which in other words say that all of these troubles that we are surrounded by, the things that we want to control and change, they are there by design by God, as fertilizer, as the struggle that's supposed to make us stronger, to help us, to teach us a lesson, things that would otherwise we would not be able to attain. You're living with people that are just pain in your neck. Well, He's gonna use that. There are lessons to be learned. Learn to suffer, learn to cope, learn to, so many different things. I don't even know the full list. I'm still learning myself. But the point being is, I can endure where others without God cannot, because they constantly try to manipulate and control something that they have no control over. And it makes them angry. And so they always have to flee. They always have to get away. They have to have another vacation. They have to have another drink. They have to have another drug, another girlfriend, another boyfriend, another one-night stand. You know the drill. You try to control, it doesn't work. And it's not just people. You try to control your own life, your own destiny. You want that business. You want that gift, you want that phone, you want that watch, you want that weather. We live in an age now where we try to manipulate weather. It's called geoengineering. We're spraying chemicals in the sky to manipulate the weather. That's how crazy we are. Leaders try to manipulate other leaders. Bibi manipulate Trump, Bibi, Khomeini, Ayatollah. Everybody's trying to manipulate everybody. And it doesn't work. But like I said, at the end of the day, God is in control. Everything that happens is because He allowed it according to His plan. So if you believe in God truly, don't worry about it. Just accept it as it is. All you can do is do you. You be the best that you can. Always choose what's right. Every decision that you're faced, it's constant every day. Always choose righteousness. That's all that you can really ever do. What is the right thing to do? We don't always know what the right thing to do is, which is when you should pray and seek God's wisdom. Yeshua said, keep on seeking and you will find. Keep on asking, it will be given to you. Wisdom, discernment, understanding, knowledge of the ways and the will of God, the Torah of God. If you ask, it will be given unto you. If you knock, the door will be open. Keep on doing it. It's not a one and done. Prayer comes in stages. You don't just pray for wisdom and forget about it. Go on praying for wisdom. Continue. Growth is a process. You don't just born and you're there. Baby, just look at the physical. It doesn't work that way. You are always growing. To the day you die, surely spiritually it works the same way. So take it to heart and don't get frustrated about things that are out of your control, which includes pretty much everything. Just accept it for what it is and you do the best you can. The rest is in the Lord's hand.